boys and girls. Today we're going to be reading a story called David's Drawings. This week we're going to be talking about the story's setting. The setting of the story is where a story happens and when it happens. We're also going to talk some about the sequence of a story. Sequence is the order that things happen. What happens at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. Those things are the sequence. So we're going to listen to David's drawings, and then we're going to talk and think a little bit about the setting of this story, where it happens and when it happens. And we're also going to think about the sequence, what happens at the beginning, middle, and end. This story was written and illustrated by Catherine Falwell. That means she wrote the story, wrote the words, and she also did the pictures. One gray winter day, David saw a beautiful tree. When he got to school, David took off his boots and hung up his jacket. He found a pencil and a fresh piece of paper. David thought for a moment, and then he made a drawing of the tree he had seen. "Nice tree," said Amanda, "but it needs color." David got some crayons and made the tree brown. Amanda smiled. "Some grass, too," she said. David handed her a green crayon. "Here, you can make some," he said shyly. Amanda colored green grass under the tree. "That tree needs leaves," Ryan said. David looked at his drawing and then began to add leaves. He let Ryan add a few more. "Look," said Jamal, "I have these cool stickers. May I put some on the picture?" "Sure," said David. "I know, it needs a person like me," Laurel said. She grinned and drew a girl. "Needs a boy, too," said Carlos. "Okay," said David. Carlos drew a boy with an orange shirt. Kira quickly added a row of fluffy clouds. Brandon drew a cat and a dog. Thea added a smiling turtle. "Birds would look nice," said Lee May. She drew two flying in the sky. "It needs a rainbow, too," said Rosie. She set to work with a fistful of colors. The bell rang for class to begin. "That was fun," said Ryan. "We made a great picture," said Kira. "See you at recess, David?" asked Amanda. "Sure," David agreed. At the end of the day, David looked at the picture again, and then he wrote "Our Class Picture" neatly at the bottom and hung it on the bulletin board. David walked home from school. On the way, he saw the beautiful tree. When he got home, David took off his boots and hung up his jacket. He found a pencil and a fresh piece of paper. David thought for a moment, and then he made a drawing of the tree he had seen. David's sister came over to the table. "Nice drawing," she said, "but it needs something." David looked up. His sister smiled. "It needs to hang on your wall." "I think so too," said David. And then he wrote "My drawing" neatly on the bottom and hung the picture right above his bed. Alright, so let's think about that story we just heard for a few minutes. What was the setting of the story? Where was this story happening? Where was it taking place? Well, some of it was at David's home and outside, wasn't it? But most of the story happened where, when his friends were helping him with this picture? They were at school, so the main setting of the story was at school. What about the sequence? Think about what was happening at the beginning of the story. What was the first thing that happened? David was walking to school and he saw that tree, didn't he? What happened when David got to school? He drew the tree, and then all of his friends helped him add all the different parts, all the different details to his picture, and they made their class drawing. What happened when David got home? He drew the tree again, just like he wanted to begin with, and made his own drawing of the tree to hang in his bedroom. Alright, so that's a little bit about the setting and the sequence. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed that story.